Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for another weekly Oracle and Tarot card reading. And this reading will be for the week of November the 30th. And today I'm using the Sacred Spirit Reading Cards by Anna Stark and illustrations by Lewis Dyer. And as I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. You may use this as a pick a card reading 1, 2, or 3, or you could use it as a blended reading for the entire week, the beginning, middle, and end of the week. And for the first card, I'll take a card from the top. Second card, I'll take a card from the center. And last card, I'm going to take a card from the bottom. And I just love, love, love the picture of this tree with the fiber optic style lighting on it. It's just amazing. It's just magical. And the energy of the colors is just so, so soothing. And if you've chosen card number 1 or the beginning of the week, we have Dark Night of the Soul. And the artwork is so intense on these cards too. And if you're into numerology, this is card number 11. Okay, and it says the dark night of the soul is a deep-seated human experience that can be deeply traumatic, filled with sadness and melancholy. This is an incredibly trying time in the human experience, one filled with constant emotional turmoil, feelings of loss, instability, and darkness. Sometimes the most insignificant event can spiral an individual into a dark night experience, like the straw that broke the camel's back. Your soul has said enough is enough. It may seem as if the world may be ending, but just as night turns into day, it is a cycle of renewal. Now you're becoming more aware of the ego and how it comes into play with your emotions, your physical drive and motivation, and how others interact with you. You may feel as though you're clouded in darkness, feeling emotionally broken and helpless in your life, feeling alone and isolated, and the world is broken and lost. This lonely, dark space could be difficult to navigate if you have only a limited support network of close friends or family. Know that at any time you could reach out and talk to someone to shift through these challenges. Right now, you may be experiencing feelings of deep depression, melancholy, sadness. That is part of you that has been lost to the world, never to be seen or heard from again. However, this is far from the truth. Nothing is ever truly lost. We just outgrow our own surroundings, environment, and personal interest. Like the earth's cycle of the night, it is always darkest just before the dawn. Know that you will be emerging soon with a new lease on life and greater understanding of who you are as an individual. View this time now as a purification of the senses and spirit. You must face hidden memories, concerns, or stories that are lying beneath the surface. If you wish to emerge enlightened, forever transformed by your experience, stop and surrender to the universe. And this is so appropriate because Monday is the full moon and the last eclipse of 2020. And yeah, it is the darkness. Eclipses are all about something being eclipsed from your life. Maybe something that has been so traumatic for you. I know this last year has been challenging for everyone. Me personally, I've been going through quite a bit for the last 2 years. But this card is telling me that, you know what, right now you think that everything feels so dark and bleak and nothing is ever going to change. This card is telling you that you're going to experience a renewal after whatever this is that you are going through, whatever darkness, whatever dark night of the soul you're experiencing, and each and every one of you has a different situation. This is just so synchronized that this would be the card for the beginning of the week for Monday, which is going to be, like I said, the full moon, which is the perfect time to release, and the last eclipse of 2020, which is going to be a time of release as well. So when that happens, when the universe brings these cards and spirit brings these cards in this order and synchronizes it so beautifully, you know it's a message that is meant to be heard. So hang in there. There's going to be a renewal. We had one fall over here. And then the next card is number 29, open intuition, seek clarification. And I love this card. The energy from this card is amazing as well. We have this person, with their hands open, and they're just surrounded by this dark blue color. And intuition is the inner voice of the soul. Opening our intuitive channel and trusting the messages that we receive can be challenging in the beginning. Not knowing how to interpret these who's can lead to confusion. For are you really listening, or is it just your imagination? You're already intuitive. Think about the times you have felt, heard, or just known about events or insights about others or places. Those gut feelings are your primary mechanism for this natural base instinct. It might seem daunting at first, but opening your intuition can be performed in a variety of ways. Being open and trusting is the start. Meditation, visualization, or connecting to the angels or guides to assist in these processes can significantly increase your sensory perception and accuracy of vision. Over time, you may have always felt there's a force guiding you in life. You may have had a near-death experience or had to face your own mortality abruptly. These moments can trigger a forceful opening that can be challenging to comprehend and understand if you have had no prior awareness of them. You may be experiencing unexplained headaches, migraines, sinus complaints. This area around your third eye and crown chakra is currently stagnant or blocked and needs to be balanced. Right now, you must learn to decipher this internal guidance. You are receiving many messages but are misinterpreting their meaning. Focus on clearing your mind, resetting your psyche, and remain open to receiving signs and messages as you continue to build your skills using clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. Keep an intuitive journal and record those vibes or premonitions you feel you receive. Observe these moments without judgment. Reflection will bring you confidence and help. You understand and configure your interpretations of symbols, signs, and verbal messages. And that is so true. I've been feeling a lot of sinus problems, and I'm thinking it's because of the dry air, and quite possibly so, because it is winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. However, though, we do need to clear these chakras, these energies, and balance ourselves. And I've started doing, meditation daily in the morning to clear my head, to clear my mind, to start the day with a clean slate. And I'll tell you, it really makes a difference. So some of you out there, maybe feeling gut feelings and still not trusting what they are because you can't explain why you feel the way you feel, but you don't need to explain why you feel the way you feel. Trust that intuition and gut feelings because they are our internal warning system, and that saves us from harm and danger. And so many times I ignored it because it seemed so silly. But, later on, I regretted not paying attention to it because it could have saved me quite a bit of pain and sorrow. So if you're getting those feelings, those nudges, trust them. That's your intuition and it's always spot on. And then the third card, or the end of the week, is Kundalini Rising. Ignite your passion for life. And isn't that perfect for the weekend? Because of the weekend, we let loose, we relax, we're no longer tied to a rigid schedule. And this is perfect. This card is 22. And Kundalini energy is non-denominational. It resides within every person, regardless of their culture, religion, or location. Often visualized as a great snake, this serpent of Kundalini energy has been coiled around the base of the spine since birth. Awakening Kundalini causes the energy to ignite and rise through the chakras. It lights up each chakra, giving each one energetic boost along the way, continuing towards the higher crown chakra and beyond. Rising Kundalini can trigger positive and negative experiences. A spontaneous awakening can be triggered by extreme events in your personal life, such as abuse or trauma, accidents, major life events, extreme stress, and drug use. Being unprepared can leave you feeling lost in life, overwhelmed, depressed, or fearful as the body and brain struggle to comprehend its intensity, choosing to restrict its movement. In a more controlled environment, yoga practice, intense energy work, and meditation can also release this potent energy. If you have a limited ego structure and are ready to surrender to your Kundalini, you will pass through this experience with minimal complications. Ultimately, how you receive this awakening depends upon your outlook on life. Continual spiritual work is recommended now to remove any self restrictions you may have in your life. Right now, you are heading into unfamiliar territory. Empathy for others increases while the interest in your own life begins to step into the shadows. As you begin to realign your life, you may be even asking, who am I? Releasing patterns and conditions the self has placed on the psyche, now is the time to realign your being into your unique blueprint. Currently, you are dissolving personal patterns that are no longer needed. If it is not serving your highest level, it will soon be removed. The release of Kundalini energy can herald great change. Assess the success of your coping strategies during stressful and emotional periods. Forever changed by your experiences, reignite your fire and passion for life by connecting to your inner spark. And this is so true. I mean, we all have situations that, that trigger us, that, we're so clinging to, and so making that our life. And it's time to release these things that trigger us, these extreme events that took place in our life, whether it be abuse or trauma or some major life event. And I'm not making light of these things, because yes, they are serious. They do change us for the rest of our lives. But if we keep clinging to that and living in the past, we're never going to be able to move forward. So take these situations that you've gone through and allow them to ignite your passion for life. Allow them to make you feel alive instead of sad and depressed and withdrawn. Turn these things around. Whatever it is that you've gone through in your life, there's always something positive that comes of it. And even in the darkest of times, in the most unfortunate circumstances, most of these terrible things that we go through are actually a blessing in disguise. And although you might not know it right now, why you're going through what you're going through, sooner or later, the answer will be revealed to you. But you've got to have faith. And it has to do with your outlook on life, too. If you're looking at life in a pessimistic way and expecting bad things to happen, you're going to draw that kind of energy to you. But when you get this renewed sense of spark and passion, like this card is saying, you're going to be drawing beautiful, positive things to you. So don't allow yourself to be withdrawn or distant or unfeeling about things. Allow your passion for life to live again, regardless of what your circumstances are. You can always choose to still live your life the best way you can, regardless of external things that are going on around you. This is a very powerful week with the eclipse and full moon releasing things, experiencing the dark night of the soul, because we're all going through something, and knowing that, life is going to have new meaning once you get through this. And then opening your intuition, maybe doing some yoga, meditation, quiet time, paying attention to that inner voice, paying attention to the signs that are all around you. And then lastly, making sure that you still have that passion and zest for life, because so easily things that happen to us could kind of, dampen our spirit and dim our light. And we don't want the trials and tribulations of life to bring us down to that point. We must rise above it, like this Kundalini energy here. Beautiful, beautiful week. Very, very intense energy, but very, very interesting and worthwhile. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it by giving it a thumbs up, share it, and above all, subscribe because I will be back with more.